On the front line, in October 20th, 202 combat clashes were recorded, concentrated mainly in the Pokrovsk direction, Oleksandrivsk direction, Orikhiv direction, and Kostyantynivka direction. According to the morning briefing from the General Staff of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, the losses of Russian occupation forces for the day amounted to 1,130 personnel. The enemy delivered one missile strike against our positions using 2 missiles, carried out 63 airstrikes and dropped 136 guided bombs. Also recorded were 4,364 shellings, of which 97 were from multiple rocket launch systems, and the deployment of 4,335 kamikaze drones. Airstrikes were recorded in the areas of Orikhiv in the Zaporizhia region and Mykolaiv in the Kherson region. The defense forces destroyed 2 enemy concentration areas where weapons and military equipment were concentrated. According to the day's results, Ukrainian defenders destroyed enemy equipment and drones, 8 tanks, 37 armored fighting vehicles, 23 artillery systems, 235 unmanned aerial vehicles of operational tactical level, and 134 units of enemy automotive equipment. Since the start of the full-scale invasion, Russia has suffered 1,132,200 military casualties. Yesterday's losses were 1,130. HIMARS, drones, artillery, and tanks were used to destroy the Russians since the start of the full-scale invasion. Russia has suffered 1,132,200 military casualties. Yesterday's losses stood at 1,130. Additionally, Ukrainian soldiers destroyed 8 tanks, 37 armored fighting vehicles, 23 artillery systems, 235 unmanned aerial vehicles of operational tactical level and 134 units of enemy automotive equipment. The defenders repelled 11 attacks in the areas of Vovchansk, Bolohivka, Kamyanka, and Kyiv. 8 attacks were conducted. The defense repelled assault actions near Kupiansk, Petropavlivka, Pishain, Borivska and Drivka and Bohuslavka. The Russians attacked 7 times, attempting to advance in the areas of Kopanki, Torsky, Drobyshivsk, Kolodyazy and Shandryholov. The defense forces repelled 9 assaults near Yampil, Serebryanka, Dranivka, Hryhorivka, Vimka, Fedorivka and towards Vanivka. The invaders carried out 22 attacks in the areas of Oleksandrivka Shultin, Toretsk, Katarinivka, Sherbanivka, Rusinyai Yar, Sofiivka and Poltavka. Defense forces stopped 26 attempts to break through the defense in the areas of Zaporizhia, Andrivka Klevtsov, Oleksandrivgrad, Pidobn, Voron, Sosnivka, Kalinivsk, Novohorivka, Olhivsk and in the directions of Orestopol, Oleksivka and Priviln. The defense forces repelled 20 attacks in the directions of Plavny and Primorsky, near Sherbaki, Kamyansk, Novoandrivka, Malotokmaka, Stepnohursk and Stepov.
During the fighting in the Lyman direction, another Russian occupier surrendered to Ukrainian defenders. Moreover, as it turned out, the prisoner is considered an elite of the army of the Russian invaders because he is a special agent of the GRU, the main intelligence department of the General Staff of the aggressor country, according to Oboz Revitel media outlet. The soldier from Penza was in the ranks of the 3rd Brigade of the GRU. This is Ivan Musatov, born in 2006. His story about the elite of the occupation forces was published by the so-called Mykolaivsky Vanyok, the host of the most popular Ukrainian Telegram channel. The young man from Penza told a lot of interesting things about both the army of the invaders and the GRU special forces themselves. According to him, Russian soldiers have to buy literally everything, like uniforms, with their own money. The commanders of the invaders pay no attention to the age, professional skills, and military training of their subordinates. Everyone is stormtroopers. That is, meat, for the meat stormtroopers. In the elite, that is, in the GRU special forces, everyone is the same, young and inexperienced, says Ivan. According to him, there are practically no ideological people among Russian soldiers. The vast majority, like myself, signed contracts for money. And in general, he says, all that remains of the GRU Special Forces is the name, and in essence, nothing serious. The Special Forces were captured, as he himself believes, by accident. Their group of 14 soldiers was supposed to occupy a supposedly empty landing. In fact, there were only 12 invaders in the group. They came to the landing and there were Ukrainian soldiers there. Ivan surrendered because he wanted to live. He was surprised that he wasn't killed, and now he doesn't advise his fellow countrymen to sign a contract and fight with the Ukrainians at all. The so-called GRU Special Forces are special forces units that were created during the Stalinist army in October 1950. However, they became separate elite units 15 years later. The military doctrine of the USSR of that time stated that in the event of a military conflict with NATO, the GRU Special Forces should be the first to defend the homeland. The training of GRU Special Forces corresponds to the mission of his military unit, and the task was to appear in the immediate vicinity of enemy command posts, air bases, and other strategic facilities, conduct reconnaissance, and if necessary, destroy the facility. Oboz Revitel says. Separately, GRU Special Forces are trained to disrupt communications, energy supplies, destroy transport communications, sow panic, and create chaos in enemy states. But despite all the elite nature of the Russian Special Forces, more than 90% of the combat personnel of this army structure of the occupiers were destroyed in the war in Ukraine, as reported recently in Poland, Lithuania, and Germany. Special services discovered a large group of GRU agents who organized and planned to carry out several terrorist attacks in various European countries.
Fire that broke out following a strike by Ukrainian drones at a gas processing plant in Russia's Orenburg region has been ongoing for 2 days. Footage of the fire, captured by local residents, has been shared online. It should be noted that the incident occurred on the morning of October 19. Ukrainian kamikaze drones struck the gas processing plant, which is located 1,800 kilometers from the border. As a result, an explosion and fire occurred. The plant is one of the largest gas chemical complexes in the world. The Orenburg gas processing plant is capable of processing up to 45 billion cubic meters of gas and more than 6 million tons of condensate per year. According to preliminary information, one of the gas processing and purification units was damaged, and explosions and large-scale fires were recorded at the site. The governor of the region, Yevgeny Solntsev, confirmed the reports of drone attacks on the facility and reported fire in its workshops. The drone strike halted the work of the Orenburg gas processing plant. The facility suspended the intake of raw gas from the Karachaganak field in the West Kazakhstan region following the Ukrainian drone attack, Kazakhstan's Ministry of Energy said on Sunday. According to information from PJSC Gazprom, on October 19, 2025, an emergency situation occurred at the Orenburg gas processing plant as a result of a UAV attack, due to which the fire that broke out following a strike by Ukrainian drones at a gas processing plant in Russia's Orenburg region has been ongoing for 2 days. Footage of the fire, captured by local residents, has been shared online. It should be noted that the incident occurred on the morning of October 19. Ukrainian kamikaze drones struck the gas processing plant, which is located 1,800 kilometers from the border. As a result, an explosion and fire occurred.